and then a guide that supports you. I know that you will also, I'm not sure if he has already sent my contacts, the email address and cell phone number. So please, at any time you can send me a WhatsApp or an email, and when I am online, I will definitely support you. Okay, so thank you for your time and welcome again for joining the part of this navigation session on the platform. So what you will do with the login details? You will usually access the platform using the Google Chrome browser. We do prefer Chrome, as I know some of you may have iPhones, and you will have Safari browser, some will have Firefox, so you do get different browsers. But with the platform Google Chrome supports is best so that you do not experience any issues. So once you open the platform using the Google Chrome browser, or you open your Chrome browser, you will type in the address, which is https semicolon double slash sianza.evolutionlearning.co.za, and you will be directed to this login screen that you see in front of you. I hope everyone can see the screen. And then you will use your username is usually the email you provided to us. For this session, I'm using someone's login because my profile has too many courses. So I want you to see what you will see when you log in. And then you'll use the unique password that we have given you, and you'll click on the sign in tab. Please stop me at any time if you have a question or you feel I'm moving too fast. The system will direct you to this page, immediately to your course page. So all you will see is your courses and a dashboard. I will explain the dashboard in a moment. So on this course page, you'll have different links like blended learning, classroom, e-learning. But for your purpose, because the platform is also used for other functions as well, but for your purpose, you'll only use e-learning. So you will always see it under the all link. On the top right side, you'll see course filters. If you have more than one course assigned to you, let's say in a few months, another course is uploaded for you besides mentorship, and the page become too, the courses are too much for the page, you can always use the filters on the side. So on the course card, you'll see your progress. Because I've accessed this course already, it says in progress, but all of you that will sign in for the very first time, you will see a progress that is subscribed. It means you have just been subscribed to the course. This will be the course name, the program it's in, and then the course progress itself. This is based on the lessons within the course. So when we go to the course now, you'll see that there's a course loaded for you, a worksheet, as Wilfried explained a few minutes ago, and then an assessment. So when each of those lessons are completed, you'll see how the progress bar will move to a certain percentage. Until you have completed both modules 1 and 2, then you'll see the progress should be 100%. The information tab will only give you information about the course, and then for you to access the actual course, you'll click on Go to Course tab. The system will direct you to the course dashboard, which will also give you information. You'll have the progress again, so you'll have it outside and within the course dashboard. It will give you the total number of lessons within this course, which is 20. So under module 1, you have a worksheet, an assessment, a course, and each of those lessons count as a lesson. Here it will show how many you have completed and how many you have not completed. So nothing is completed as yet for this participant. Here's also the number of assessments loaded, which is 7. We have within module 1 an assessment for each unit, and then 2 for unit for module 1. And then nothing has been completed, and there is nothing has been completed and 7 not yet completed. So the total, this will just give you the total time spent which is 4 days, because I've logged in a few times here. The session time is 0, and it shows here on this course itself how many is online now, which is me. If you want to, where you are now, you can first observe and then you can go through and play around on the platform. But once you have logged in, then you'll see the amount of users logged in. The student menu on the side, it will give you your lessons, which will go in. The report card, lesson tracker, you can add notes, announcements, or calendar events. This is related to this specific course only. So if I just need to move up, so if you click on calendar, you'll see if an event is loaded, you'll click on the event. So currently we only added mentorship program just as an example to take you through this for this session. So there's no calendar events loaded. And under announcements, if there's also an announcement loaded, for example, by your tutor, then you can view there under the announcement tab. And then we have notes, which is actually similar to announcement, but you can also create your own notes by adding a note at the bottom there. Then you can add a note title related to this specific course only. You will see there you can save your note, and there you can delete your note. So there the guide also, it explains each of these fields in detail. But there you'll add your title, you'll select which is mentorship for you, and then you'll add your note. And then we have the lesson tracker, which will give you your status only per lesson. So all your lessons listed here, you can see as page 1, the rest will go on to page 2, and you'll see, because I have not started, you'll have the not started status. If I have started any of these units, it will show in progress and complete once you have completed each of these lessons. And then you have the report card. The report card will give you a score and an outcome based on your assessments only. So the lesson tracker is for your online courses, and then the report card for your assessments. And now what the main thing that you will do on this platform will be going through online material. You can access this site from your mobile as well. It is mobile responsive, but you are unable to work offline, not unless you have downloaded a document that you can still view, but you need data or internet to access this platform. So once you click on the lessons link, here you'll see that where all your lessons display. You'll see module 1. If you want to view module 2 as well, you click on module 2 and all your lessons will expand. Before I continue, is there no questions so far? I don't want to move too fast as well. Okay.
Mary, I would just like your telephone number if I get stuck, so that I can get to you very quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, Mary, just come in. I will send you, because I sent you guys all the usernames and passwords. I will send Mary's email address and her cell phone number, and even the landline number in case of you got stuck. Mary opened everything. She said she's doing all this. I don't want to put too much burden on Mary that she needs to go now to each and every one. I have all the guys here. I sent you the stuff out after this meeting immediately. Is it okay? Thank you.
Hi, Mary. It's Steve from my ops here. Just a quick question. On the notes section, is that publicly? So when you make a note, does everyone else in the group see the same note, or is it just your own personal notes that you're making?
That is your own personal notes and announcements for you.
Okay, so that's not shared with anyone else.
Yes, but the calendar, if a tutor add an event within the calendar, then everyone will see an event there in the calendar that is assigned to this course.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay. So under module 1, You'll have your first course, which is Aims and Importance of Vocational Education and Training. You'll also see status there, which is not started. The Go to Lesson tab, this is the same way that you'll navigate through each of your lessons, whether it be a worksheet or an assessment. So with a worksheet, it's slightly different. When you click on the download link, it will download the actual document and then you can save it to your PC. If you click on Go to Lesson, it will open a video in a window on the platform itself, and it's actually for you to view. So let's do the course first. You'll click on Go to Lesson. And you'll see that all courses is structured in the same way. So we standardized it so that when you scroll down, you'll know that this is how I connect, this is how I go next, to make the navigation easier for you. So you'll see the course in a tab to start the course, and here you'll see the course outlines, which the outcomes, importance of VET. So each outline will be listed before you even start the course. Then you click on the Start Course tab. So on the side menu on your left side, where you see the course menu, you'll see there's two ways to navigate back to a lesson. So you can, if you are on design of VET, for example, and you've already gone through the 5, and you want to go back to aims of VET, you can click on the side. Another way is if you have lesson 1 of 12 and you have clicked on, I'll go back now, continue for example, you scroll up there where you see lesson 1 with an arrow on the gray area. You can click there and it will take you back to lesson 1. So there's two ways you can navigate back. And in order to continue, every time a continue tab will display and then you continue. So this is a video that has been loaded. Some of you may experience when you open the course for the first time that it loads, but it will only be for a few seconds. Then you go through the video. We do suggest, I know Wilfried and team, that you do access every single object, video, image, that you click on all of those items as you go through the course. And the system do track as well within each course slide. So when you have watched a video for lesson 1, you'll click on lesson 2. You'll read what is expected here. So these are like course cards. It flips with information on. You'll go through the material. I just want to show you the navigation. And when you, at the end of a lesson, you'll see the continue tab. Then you click on it. The next one is a diagram. So you'll see that most of the diagrams is structured in this way. The first plus sign or icon that you see means that is your starting point. So when you click on it and you have viewed the information, you'll see how the second icon expand for you, so that it shows you in order and logical order how to navigate through this diagram to understand what is expected. Then you click on the second one and you'll see how the information stay on your screen, and that is how you'll complete it. And then below some of these diagrams or lessons, you'll see PDF files that has been uploaded for your comfort as well. When you download, you can actually save it to your PC. You'll see how it opens in a new tab. Then you can always close it and continue with the course. So this is the same way you'll finish each course in the same fashion. Most of these courses are built in the same tool and format for you to have consistency, for you to understand and work with ease through the material. At the top there of the page that you see, you'll see there in gray, I'm not sure, but it is a bit small for some of you. It says exit course. When you click on exit course, the system will direct you back to the lessons, or I just want to go back into that lesson. At the top there, next to mentorship program, you'll see lessons. That is another way to go back to your lessons. You'll click there on the lessons link. And that is then once you have, because I did not do anything on that course, I didn't watch the video finish, that's why it doesn't show in progress. But you'll see how your status track after every course that you do complete. So the next one will be your worksheet. You can either download it, as you can see at the bottom there. I'm not sure if you can see how the worksheet downloads. Then you can open it up and view it on your, or save it on your PC. So this is what has been added there for you. Or you can go click on go to lesson, and it will open for you on the PC itself. And then you can scroll and read through the information. So there's both ways where you can view worksheets. And when your assessment, so once you have gone through 1.1, you have read through your worksheet and what is expected, you'll see, because it's a file, my progress updated immediately to complete it. And then you have an assessment. So an assessment, you'll do it this exact same way. You'll click on go to lesson.
Sorry, Mary. Homera has a hand up, so maybe
Okay.
it might be linked to something that you have presented, Homera.
Yeah, I just want to find out. So you said that the progress is updated. Is there timelines for when they're supposed to be done and by what time, or is it open until you complete one after the other? I just want to understand how the system is set up.
Okay, so in terms of the platform, there's no time. So when you complete a course and you go out, let's say you have done lesson in unit 1.1, you have done lesson 1 and 2, and you need to go out and come back to the platform, you can actually continue where you left off. In terms of another point within your question that you mentioned of time, there's no time on the platform, even on our assessments or worksheets. So the platform is open for you and it will allow you to have access at any time. But with regards to your timeline within the program, in the process to complete a unit, I think Wilfried can answer that question quickly for us.
Okay, and then one more question. Is it sequential? So do you have to do one before you do two, before you do so, or can you swap between different exercises?
I believe you would need to do it in order. I think Wilfried, can you just answer that question for us, please? Or Volker or Zini?
Volker,
So,
can you please respond? I mean,
it is, of course, it is possible to go through the different lessons and you work out the worksheet. Go to the special lesson where you can see the content, and then you work out the worksheet. That's the point, that you have the learning time for the different content. It's no problem. It's worked very well.
Okay.
One word about this is it is competency based, so that means it's really open to you how long you work on it. If you understand that you went through the whole thing, you swap it and go to the next. No problem about this.
Okay, thank you, Volker and Wilfried. I hope we have answered your question. Okay, so pleasure. So to continue on the platform itself, so once you're on the assessment page or screen, you'll see your assessment details. So this assessment has 12 questions, a max score of 120 points, which means that each question has been allocated 10 points each. The pass score is 50%, which is 60 to pass this assessment. If you want to redo the assessment, there are attempts, so the system will allow you. And as you can see, there's no time limit. So in order to start the assessment, you'll click on the Start Assessment tab. Most of these questions is single choice question types, which means there's a question with 4 possible answers and you need to select the correct answer. So for example, this one, which of the following statements describes the aim of modern vocational training? So the below sentence that you see, there's just an instruction. This instruction applies to all the single choice type questions. All it is telling you is that you need to select the option. Please know that you may only select one option. So then you select your correct answer, for example, and in order to go on or move to the next question, we suggest that you click on the Submit Your Answer button. You'll see the below Back and Next is to go back to the previous question if you would like to change your choice, for example. So that is how the assessment navigation works. I would just like to go to the last question. Sorry guys, I want to be mindful of time as well. I know there's an agenda. So when you're on the last question and you submit, for example, you'll see here that I didn't answer anything. So you'll see your outcome, which is not competent. It will give your score, and this pass score and max score is what you saw in the beginning of the assessment. So this first step, restart, allows you to go and restart the assessment, or you can view your last results, which will give you the date, which is today the 5th. I've done it now at 10:34 and I obtained a score of 10. If I go and attempt it for the second time, you'll see that all your attempts will display there for you on the last page. In order to go back to the previous lesson, you can go back, click here to go back to this assessment itself or to do the next lesson. So let's say you have completed now 1.1, the course aims, the worksheet and the assessment. Now you're going to 1.2, or as Volker then mentioned, whichever other unit you would like to continue. So that is the navigation for your lessons in a nutshell. If you want to go back to the course itself, you click on that home tab. It will direct you to the course dashboard. You see my progress updated. I have 1 lesson complete because I have viewed or downloaded that document. And to go back to the main page for your courses, you'll click there on My Courses, which will direct you back to the main page. So just on courses so far, is there any questions?
Yes, I also want to understand, you said that if it's not sequential, so you can go in and out. If you have, by any chance, lost connectivity and you go back into the system, does it bring you to where you left off if you are in a assessment, or do you have to start again? That's one question. The next question is, as and when we are doing this for the mentors, do we have view and sight of the mentors that are actually going to be doing this to assist them in the program and to check on their ability and how far they have gone? Okay.
With regards to the mentors, I think that question I will hand over to Volker, because I'm not sure how they will view your progress, because we also have an overall report on the platform that Sianza can share with them to view progress. So I'm not sure how they're going to monitor that process. So I'll just leave that over to Volker. But to answer your question with regards to the assessment, yes, your answers are saved in the platform. So if you lose connectivity, it will save your last result. But if you go back in now, so let's say I've lost connectivity, I go back to the course, it will actually take me to the first page. So it will not take me maybe to question 3 where I've left off, but my last result would have saved on the database on the platform.
Thanks, Mary. Can I just come in to Homera's question about whether you would be able to see the mentors and how they are doing? If there is if that kind of navigation is possible, this is something that you should please bring into the training now, that all of you give input to. So if you say yes, that would be useful for master trainers to be able to check in on progress and how the mentors are actually doing. That's something that you suggest, and then we go back to Sia and see how that can be enabled.
I think in the long run it will assist us, because if I don't have sight of what the other mentors or the ones that I'm training, it's going to be a bit difficult for me to judge where they are and how. And I mean, I can then prompt to say, I can see you've done assignment 1, please start doing assignment 1.2. I can't do that if I don't have sight on it. So it makes it a bit difficult. Yeah.
Agree.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I find, because I couldn't give you the answers. These are very good questions in itself, because we are looking in which way we want to conduct it, also this way, or going also individually in each and everyone and share it. Zini mentioned it. We need to look in solutions. I think this input was very valid. Thank you for this, Homera. Thanks.
I have a suggestion on that question as well, in terms of the platform. So if you can provide us with the names who need to have sight of the progress, then we can ensure that, you see where you see the dashboard courses, perhaps we can add a report link there that gives a report on all the trainers or the trainees, that gives a report on them, where the master trainers check on their progress or have sight. So we can actually give under their profile specifically have a report, and you can let us know who should be able to view that report, and only their profile will give that progress.
Yeah.
It sounds like that would be something very useful, Mary. Just from the suggestion, and it was there was a second, somebody seconded it.
Yeah. Mary, I also would like you to see if you can program. So one of the things on programming I would prefer is that if the ones that I'm training, I have sight of. So I don't want to see everyone else. I only want to see the people. So try and make that link, or make sure that the links per master trainer are linked to their trainees, so that it doesn't become cumbersome for us to like sift through a whole lot of stuff to find what we're looking for. Otherwise, it's just going to be laborious.
No, I do take note of that, and I agree with you, because if another participant doesn't apply to you, then you shouldn't have sight of their progress. So it does make sense. So I think with that, what I would need, I'm not sure who the person will be, is, let's say there's 5 master trainers who need to see that progress, who will fall under them or will report to them, so I can have that structure, and then I can share it with our team so we can try and profile it accordingly. So if it's Zini and she only needs to see Volker and Wilfried's progress, then she will have that report tab, and she will only have sight of their progress. So please do share that information with me, and I'll provide feedback to you.
Thanks a lot, Mary.
Pleasure. Is there no other questions with regards to the courses or the completion of a course, worksheet, or assessment?
Give me time. I'll find more questions.
Okay. Yes. Oh, and I just want to add, if you do not have a question now, because I know with platforms it also works this way, even when you go through the content and you need to provide feedback. to Wilfried and team, even with the platform itself. Once you start working on it and playing around with it, then you get a feel for it, and then perhaps you'll have some questions. So even if it's not on this platform or in this forum, and you do have questions afterwards, please do feel free to ask.
Thank you.
So on the top of your page there, you'll see like a square, a bell, and a image. So there's where your profile is, image editor, and log out. So if you need to log completely out of the platform, you'll click on that link. So we'll go through profile quickly. We'll click on profile. And here's where you can update. So we have two sections here for you. Here's personal and documents. If you upload any documents, you'll be able to view it here and download. You'll see I've also mentioned that in the guide. And here under personal, you can update your names, context, demographic, address, alternative contact, transport, languages, and your company name. You will know that like a username field will not be, you will not be able to edit it. That's only a super admin that can do that. So in order to, so this is just the view page. In order for you to update your details, you'll see there 3 dots. You'll click on it. You'll see that pencil icon. And the system will allow you to update. So the first card is your personal information. You'll see there which fields you cannot update. So this field cannot be edited because it's your standard username on the platform. And the rest, if the team wants you to add more of yourself or your details, you're allowed to do so. When done, you click on the save button. You can also, to personalize the platform for you, update your image there. To go back, you'll click on the documents card. And here you can actually update, upload a document from your PC, and then you can save it. And when you go back, let's just go to view. Just want to go to profile view. The system would have saved your documents and you can download it. So this is just additional features. You can utilize it or you can leave as is and go through your courses only. There, you'll see this arrow allows the page to expand. There at the top left, those 3 lines. When I click on it, then I can see my side menu again. So here's the profile section where you, just to go quickly back, you access it from the top there. You see profile and you log out. The courses is for your course page only. And then you have your dashboard. The dashboard is just a quick shortcut to take you through a course or an assessment. But the system actually, when you log in, it lands on the courses. So the dashboard is just an overview for you. So here you'll see that this applies to you, courses and assessments. It will just give you an indication, a brief dashboard or oversight of what is on your platform. So here you'll see you have 1 course loaded, which is the mentorship program, 7 assessments. I have not completed any of my courses. 1 is in progress and 0 not yet completed. No, there should have been 7. No, all the 12 lessons here not completed. And the same with the assessment. 7 not yet completed, and I haven't completed 1 as yet. And there's 1 in progress because I've opened that assessment and I've answered 2 questions. And yeah, if you have uploaded an image of yourself under profile, you'll see the image display here. This is just a quick shortcut as well. If you would like to access the course from here, you'll click on go to course and it will take you straight into the dashboard.
Mary,
same with an assessment. Yes.
Is this, does it allow the opportunity to change the language, or is it only based in English?
It is only based in English.
Okay, and then the other thing is the is the course time, is there a preferred time given with regards to the course? So I didn't see if I picked it up earlier, but say if you do 1.1, does it give you a preferred time or how long that should take? General, so say like course 1.1 from reading the document or doing the actual course on the module online and then afterwards doing the assignment. Do you have timelines put in from a perspective of what's the general perspective of how long it takes? Because that is a good guide for a lot of people.
I think Wilfred mentioned that module 1 should take you a week, which is next week for module 1. I'm speaking under correction. He can correct me with that. But just in terms of the platform itself in time, as long as you click on a worksheet or within a course or assessment, the system will not time out. So you can be active on the platform for as long as you want. But after a few minutes, I can find out what the time is. You will see that the system may log you out, but it is if you are maybe just sitting there and watching the platform for 30 minutes, then it may log you out. But if there's activity on the platform, there is no time. You can stay as long as you have network.
Now I hear you on that. I'm talking about if you're doing a course, what is the amount of time it would take you? So the idea behind this is that you generally, when you sit down to do something, you will plan yourself accordingly. If you see that it takes 2 hours, you will make yourself available for that time. What I'm asking is, do you have it as and when you are in the modules or before you start the modules, the timelines that you're actually supposed to give those type of modules on a general basis?
The time is not listed on the course. I know it's not listed on the course, but Wilfried or Volker, how long do you give the participants, how much time do they have to complete each unit?
Thanks for this question. I like to answer, we can't answer it, let's say it this way. I like to answer it this way because we haven't went through all the courses with the timeline. I think it's good to give a guideline to say this course will take you perhaps 10 minutes or whatever. And if you work an hour on it or 2, then you think something is wrong with me. I think we need to look at this. And that's one of the stories, Humera, where you guys all come in, because with the experiences you're having, you give the feedback that we develop this course into a way that it is applicable much more in detail. And the second thing is, and I don't know, Wilfred needs to come on board, is when we go through, we believe we need to didactically reduce a lot of things, but this needs to be given by you as an input and say, the time is too much in this, the time is too little in this, and so on. And then we bring this all on board. And perhaps we give only a guideline later on in to say this and this and this time. It needs to be vertically as well horizontally reduced later for our target group, but it's better to reduce than upgrade the whole thing. I don't know, Wilfried, if you have something to say. I see the hand from Zini as well. Zini, you want to speak first?
Actually, that was a previous hand, but I think Wilfred, if Mrs. Wilfred comes in here, I know, for instance, there is a timeline for the entire course. What we want to know, I think Homera is saying, is that timeline subdivided into each of the modules, and each of the modules per task, is there an estimate that this, if you're doing module 1.1, this should take you this long, an assessment should take you this long, etc. Is that kind of detail in there, Mr. Wilfred Semblock?
Yeah. In the last weeks, I spent a lot of time working on this platform because we are editing worksheets and everything. I think, I guess the first module takes in 1.1, chapter 1.1, round about 3 hours. 1.2 is a short chapter, and I think it takes only 1 hour. So we have to calculate the time when we when we have enough experience. And another point are the assessment questions. Volker talked just now that we have a didactic reduction to this course for the target group workplace mentors. And the assessment questions are designed for in-company trainers, not for workplace mentors. So I think we have to check the level of the assessment questions and probably we have to design new assessment questions for workplace mentors. Please remember, I work out the learning goals and we have of course different learning goals for in-company mentors and workplace mentors, and the assessment questions should match exactly to the learning goals. So I think we have to edit this assessment questions in future. But so it is so important to have an this evolution sheet for this master training course and to work out all these problems we observed.
Can I just, yes, I think, okay, there's a whole issue, as you all know, around terminology here. And we have to stick to the South African context. And this is part of what the master trainers are going to do. And you guys will guide the process. I mean, terms like whether it's in-company mentors or workplace mentors, or whether there's a distinction around those, that is some of the nuances that will be helpful that you guide. Otherwise, we're making this distinction from the get-go, and it's not a really relevant distinction in our context. So, but I mean, for now, let us focus on the navigation, and then when it gets to the nitty-gritty of the course and what works in our context and what we refer to, I think the master trainers who work in this context regularly will advise, because Mrs. Steenblock is referring to the distinction in workplace mentors and in-company mentors, which may or may not be relevant in our case. But let's just focus on the navigation and what would be useful to include, and see. I know that in the actual training material, there's outline of times, and maybe, Volker, we need to then look around the value of what Homera has raised. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, that's exactly the point. Homera, all respect to all your valid inputs so far. The time is running, and exactly what Zini mentioned. Let's finalize Mary's presentation, and all the questions which are raised can be raised also afterwards in writing and sent either to Mary, to Wilfried, or to us, that we can try to disseminate it to the relevant people. And because it's work in progress, as you can see, and all what we are doing in the moment is the most positive thing, that we develop non-stop in a team effort the process up to Excel. Please, based on the time and the proposal, because we have 4 minutes before 11, and of course we lost some time, but we are very well in there. Mary, can you just finalize, please, your presentation and your navigation? That's my proposal. Thank you.
Thank you, Volker. Now, I have reached to the end because the dashboard that I explained is shortcuts to the course, but the main objective for the platform is for you to work through your learning material. So yes, not to take any further time as well, is there any questions while I am on board to show you something, or do you feel that when you work on the platform, you'll direct questions afterwards?
Mary, we'll
Yeah,
have to use
please
it
raise
again.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
learning
then.
by doing. Yeah.
Yes. Then I think, Volker, I have concluded my part in this. Please do share the context with him as you've mentioned. And I will then be in touch with everyone. So I will be excused from this meeting.
Thank you very much, Mary, for your presentation, and I hope it was helpful and fruitful for all of you. What was very fruitful were the inputs which were given so far, and we can come to the next point. I see there are two hands raised. Are these old hands from Wilfried as well as from Zini? Is there anything you want to add, Wilfried or Zini?
Sorry, old hand. I'm done.
Okay, okay, no problem. We are coming nearly to the end to the session. Yes, I feel a bit sorry that we have, for instance, left out the introduction of each and every participant. But I believe we can do it another time when we join the next time. And before we come up to the final words, my question was: remember. And I don't want to bring in new technology again and so on and so on. Just very simple. We propose that next Saturday, if you guys are available at the same time, and I hope by then we have solved all the problems that what has happened today. We like to continue at about 9 o'clock and go up to 11 if it's possible for you. But we will send you an email similar to what we did before, that we can confirm it. We were hesitant to use the next Saturday after, which is the 19th of December, because we know that every one of you is with the family. And that's why the proposal came in. Let's start then the last one while everyone goes through such progress through the e-learning program and so on, and the instructions given by Wilfried, that we continue then on the 16th on the January, that is also a Saturday, where we believe that everyone is back on duty, and that could be like this if there is not another proposal. I like not to finalize this today. I sent you an email again, and I hope by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you give us a feedback if the 12th is suitable for all of you. The guys which missed out so far, and perhaps some of you have contact with them, we try to upgrade them and bring them on board individually. Stephen is definitely helping there and coming on board individually with some people. On the other hand, I see IOPSA also has two representatives, and Nick, I don't know, he couldn't make it so far. It is not in. We will individually upgrade him. So yes, that's it. And if there's nothing else in the moment from the content side, I like to give the final word to Zini to wrap up the workshop, or not to wrap up, but to close the workshop. And I can only thank you very much for your inputs, particularly also that you were all on board. And what I see now today, we are a big team, and I like to thank everyone in the team that you helped us these stressful moments I had from 20 to 9 until 20 past 9. Thank you very much. Zini.
Thank you, Volker. Thank you for hanging in there. And thank you, everybody, for also just being so patient with us. And thanks, Mr. Steenblok. Thanks, Mary. Yes, Kathy. Thank you very much, Rika, as well for supporting the process. I just want to say this was the first onboarding session. It was designed specifically for you to meet the team and for you to get connected to the online platform and to be able to navigate. The actual training, of course, begins on the, whether it's the 12th, but as you decide together with Volker after he communicates with you. I just wanted to check, Kathy, is there anything else from your side? Any housekeeping, anything?
From my side, Zini, there's nothing. I think everybody has. Volker will share my email address in case there is any questions or concerns, and I will attend to them as I get emails and all of that. But other than that, I think we're good to go.
Okay, awesome. Then have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and we'll see you on the 12th, hopefully, or whichever day that you decide is most suitable. Great. Have a lovely weekend. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.